Brussels sprouts, a story from the book Just Disgusting, written by Andy Griffiths and read to you by Miss Keating. I'm sitting at the kitchen table with Dad and Jen. Mum's serving dinner. She puts a plate down in front of me. I look at it. Roast chicken. Good. Gravy. Good. Roast potatoes. Good. Brussels sprouts. Bad. 5 of them. Bad, 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 bad. I hate Brussels sprouts. And when I say I hate Brussels sprouts, I don't just mean I hate Brussels sprouts, I mean I really hate Brussels sprouts. And when I say I really hate Brussels sprouts, I don't just mean I really hate Brussels sprouts. I mean I really, really hate Brussels sprouts. And when I say I really, really hate Brussels sprouts, I don't just mean I really, really hate Brussels sprouts. I mean I really, 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 really hate Brussels sprouts. Who wouldn't hate them? They're green, they're slimy, they're mouldy, they're horrible, they're putrid, they're foul. Apart from that, I love them. No, I don't. That was a joke. There's absolutely nothing to love about Brussels sprouts. Nothing at all. They're disgusting. And when I say Brussels sprouts are disgusting, I don't just mean they're disgusting. I mean they're really disgusting. And when I say they're really disgusting, I don't just mean they're really disgusting. I mean they're really, really disgusting. And when I say they're really, really disgusting, I don't just mean they're really disgusting. I mean they're really, 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 really disgusting. So why did Mum have to go and spoil a perfectly good roast chicken dinner by giving me 5? Surely she can't possibly expect me to eat them. Come on, Andy, says Mum. Don't just sit there looking at your dinner. Eat up. All of it, I say. All of it, she says firmly. Even the Brussels sprouts? Even the Brussels sprouts. I can't believe it. She does expect me to eat them. But I hate Brussels sprouts, I say. Okay, says Mum, suit yourself. But if you don't eat all your Brussels sprouts, don't think you'll be getting any dessert. Huh? No dessert? If there's one thing I love, it's dessert. And when I say I love dessert, I don't just mean I love dessert. I mean I really love dessert. And when I say I really love dessert, I don't just mean I really love dessert. I mean I really, really love dessert. And when I say I really, really love dessert, I don't just mean I really, really love dessert. I mean I really, 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 really love dessert. And no pile of Brussels sprouts is going to stop me from getting it, that's for sure. But that's not fair, I say to Mum. Yes, it is. It's perfectly fair. If you don't eat your dinner, you don't get dessert, and that's the deal. You know that. Some deal? I never had a say in that. As if I'd agree to a silly deal like that. Jen sniggers. She pokes her fork into a Brussels sprout and raises it to her lips. She says, putting the sprout into her mouth and acting like it's the most beautiful thing she's ever tasted. You don't know what you're missing, Andy. I know she's just trying to annoy me, but it gives me an idea. Oh no, I say, jumping to my feet and pointing to the kitchen window. I don't believe it. Mum, Dad and Jen all jump to their feet as well. What is it, says Mum. Is that cat back again? Are the birds on my new lawn, says Dad. Is it Craig, said Jen. But he said he wasn't coming till later. I can't let him see me like this. While they're all staring out the window trying to figure out what I've seen, I take one of my sprouts and slip it onto Jen's plate. It's too easy, really. Just tricking, I say, sitting back down. Everybody else sits down as well. Mum sighs. Dad shakes his head. Are you going to be silly all your life, says Jen. Probably. The pay's a bit average, but the hours are good, and we can pretty much work whenever we want. She ignores my reply, stabs the sprout I just put on her plate, and puts it into her mouth. Do I feel any pity for her? No, I do not. She deserves it. 1 down, 4 to go. Excuse me, funny boy, says Dad. Would you mind passing me the pepper? I look at the pepper grinder. I hate pepper. It always makes me sneeze. Of course. Pepper. Sneezing. The oldest trick in the book. Why didn't I think of it sooner? Sure, I say, quickly putting one of the Brussels sprouts into my mouth. I pick up the pepper grinder, pass it across the table to Dad, and then launch into the biggest fake sneeze in the history of big fake sneezes. I grab my handkerchief out of my pocket. I unfold it and hold it to my face. Achoo! I spit the Brussels sprout out into my handkerchief, wipe my nose and quickly put the whole lot back into my pocket. Bless you, says Mum. Thanks, I say. I think a bit of pepper got up my nose. Mum nods. Jen's still ignoring me. Dad's grinding pepper onto his dinner. I got away with it again. I quickly shovel some chicken, gravy and potato in my mouth and get rid of the taste of the sprout. 2 down, 3 to go. I feel something nudge at my foot. Sooty. He's not supposed to be in the kitchen while we're eating, but he's managed to sneak in and hide underneath the table anyway, which is fantastic because Sooty eats anything, even Brussels sprouts. I hunch forward over my plate, conceal one of the sprouts in the palm of my hand, and sneak it under the table into Sooty's waiting wet mouth. Yes, he's eating it. Good dog. He'll be able to eat the other two for me as well. Suddenly, the most disgusting, eye-watering smell fills the kitchen. Mum looks at Dad. Dad looks at me. I look at Jen. Jen looks at Mum. We all shrug. Dad looks under the table. How did that dog get in here, he says, jumping up. Sooty shouts from underneath the table. Dad chases him and shoos him out the back door. Ugh, just when I was so close. I bet Andy let him in. He's probably been giving him food under the table. Yeah, right, I say, as if. Dad sits back down and looks at me suspiciously. You've been wasting good food on that dog, haven't you, he says. No, I say. I'm not lying either. Whatever Brussels sprouts are, they are definitely not good food. I eat the rest of my dinner and try to figure out how to get rid of the remaining 2 sprouts. I can't put any more on Jen's plate because she's already finished hers. She'll be sure to notice. And I can't sneeze again because my handkerchief's already full. And who's going to help me now Sooty's gone? I know. Action Man. My Action Man undies, that is. It's going to take a bit of skill to do it without anyone seeing me, but I think it's possible. I stab the second last sprout with my fork, and as I bring it up to my mouth, I stretch open the front of my undies with the other hand. Then, just as I'm about to put the sprout to my mouth, I ease it off the end of my fork with my thumb. It drops down straight into my undies. A direct hit. Sure, it feels disgusting, but I'd rather have a Brussels sprout squishing around in my undies than squishing around in my stomach. 4 down, 1 to go. But this one's not going to be a problem. There's a pile of chicken bones on my plate. I can just hide it under there. Then all I have to do is scrape the sprout off my plate and into the food scrap bin, and the nightmare will be over. Here it goes. Thanks, Mum, I say, grabbing my plate and getting up. That was delicious. I'll just clear the table. What? Says Jen. You never clear the table. Not so fast, Andy, says Mum. You haven't quite finished. What do you mean? I've only got bones left. You can't expect me to eat bones. It's not the bones I'm talking about, says Mum. It's the Brussels sprout underneath them. What Brussels sprout, I say. Oh, that one there, says Mum, pointing at it. Oh, I say, acting surprised. That Brussels sprout. I didn't see it there. Mum puts her head on the side and raises her eyebrows. Do I look like I was born yesterday, she says. Well, actually, I say, you do look very young for someone so old. Nice try, Andy, says Mum. Sit down and finish your dinner. I sit down. I stare at my plate. Do I have to eat it, I say? Yes, says Mum. But I can't eat anymore. You gave me too many Brussels sprouts. I gave you the same as everyone else, says Mum. But everyone else is bigger than me. I should get less. No, you should get more, says Dad, flexing his biceps. Don't you want to grow up to be as big as strong as me? I am big and strong, I say. They all laugh. What's so funny? Your arms are like toothpicks and your legs are like broomsticks, said Jen. If the wind blows too hard, you'll fall over. You're a weed. And you're a pig, I say. Thank you, says Jen. You just called me a P-I-G. That stands for pretty intelligent girl. No, it doesn't, I say. It stands for putrid idiotic geek. Jen gives me a look. Not a nice look either. A putrid idiotic geek look. Ignore him, Jen, says Dad. Andy, just shush up and eat your sprout. I can't. I'm full. Oh, what a pity, says Mum. You won't be able to have any dessert. No dessert. But I love dessert. And when I say I love dessert, I don't just mean I love dessert. Well, you know what I mean. And so does Mum. She's got me over a barrel. I get the sprout out from underneath the pile of chicken bones. It sits there, taunting me. One horrible, disgusting, mouldy, old, slimy, green, putrid Brussels sprout. The horriblest, disgustingest, mouldiest, oldest, slimiest, greenest, putridest Brussels sprout of them all. And to make things even worse, it's cold. Mum's watching me like a hawk. So is Dad. So is Jen. Come on, Andy, please. Just hurry up and eat it and then we can all have dessert. All right, I say. There's only one thing to do. I'm going to have to put it in my mouth, go to the toilet and spit it out. And while I'm there, I'll be able to get rid of the one that's in my undies. I stab the sprout with my fork and hold it in front of my face. Have you ever really looked closely at a Brussels sprout? Well, if you haven't, I sure wouldn't recommend it. It's horrible. A layer of green, wrinkly skin wrapped under another layer of green, wrinkly skin, wrapped under another layer of green, wrinkly skin, wrapped under another layer of You guessed it, green, wrinkly skin. And so on, and so on, and so on. But nothing's going to stop me from getting to my dessert. Not even a Brussels sprout. I put it in my mouth. Yuck. It's the most disgusting Brussels sprout I've ever tasted. The sooner I get it out of my mouth, the better. I stand up. Where do you think you're going? Says Dad. I push the Brussels sprout to one side of my mouth. To the toilet? I say with difficulty. It's not easy to talk with a whole Brussels sprout in your mouth. Don't let him, says Jen. He's not going to eat it. It's a trick. He's going to spit it out. No, I'm not. You can go to the toilet after you swallow the Brussels sprout, says Mum. But I'm busting, I say. A bit of spit flies out of my mouth and lands on the table in front of Jen. It's green. You mean you're disgusting, says Jen. Swallow the sprout, says Dad. Then you can go to the toilet. That's the deal. What kind of deal is that? I say. I eat a sprout and I'm rewarded with a trip to the toilet? Your deals are getting worse. I'm going to get myself a lawyer. You don't need a lawyer, says Jen. You need a psychiatrist. He'll need a doctor if he doesn't sit down and eat that Brussels sprout, says Dad. Well, it's not a threat, I say, more green spit flying out of my mouth. I'm going to ring my lawyer. Sit down, yelled Dad, Mum and Jen all at the same time. I sit down. All eyes are on me. My escape route has been blocked. I've got the world's most disgusting Brussels sprout in my mouth and there's nothing I can do about it. I can't flush it down the toilet. I can't sneeze it into my handkerchief. I can't feed it to Sooty. I can't slip it into Jen's plate. I can't put it down my undies. There's only one thing to do. There's only one thing I can do. Something I've never done before. It's sick, it's twisted, it's desperate. But I'm just sick, twisted and desperate enough to try it. I'm going to swallow the Brussels sprout. Yes, I'm actually going to swallow it. That's how much I love dessert. I'm going to eat the Brussels sprout. It's not going to be easy. In fact, it's the hardest, most frightening, most demanding challenge I've ever faced in my entire life. Because I hate Brussels sprouts. And when I say I hate Brussels sprouts, I don't just mean that I hate Brussels sprouts. I mean I really hate Brussels sprouts. And when I say I really hate Brussels sprouts, I don't just mean I really hate Brussels sprouts. I mean I really, really hate Brussels sprouts. And when I say I really, really hate Brussels sprouts, I don't just mean I really, really hate Brussels sprouts. I mean I really, 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 really hate Brussels sprouts. But I'm going to do it. Do it or die. I might do it and die, but that's how desperate I am. Okay, here goes. I sit up straight. I grip the table with both hands. I close my eyes and take a deep breath. I take another deep breath. And another, and another. I bite down. A watery slime oozes into my mouth. Don't think about it, don't think about it. Think about nice things. Nice things like sunny days and picnics and flowers and rainbows. I bite down again. More slime, more ooze. Don't think about it. Keep thinking nice things like kittens and puppies and ponies and giant mashing and pulverizing machines, mashing and pulverizing the kittens and puppies and ponies into blood and guts and ooze and slime, green slime, and no, that's not nice. That's not nice. It's probably safer to think about nothing at all. I close my eyes, put my mind in neutral and chew and chew and chew. But I can't swallow. I can't do it. But I've got to. Otherwise I've got no dessert. I might miss out on something amazing like Mum's chocolate sponge cake or homemade strawberry ice cream. You've never tasted ice cream as icy or creamy or strawberry as my mum's homemade strawberry ice cream. Or it could be a pavlova packed with whipped cream and passion fruit, or maybe pancakes covered in maple syrup and blueberries. Or homemade chocolate ice cream. You've never tasted chocolate ice cream as icy or creamy or chocolatey as Mum's homemade chocolate ice cream. Or lemon meringue pie with the little meringue mountains on top. Or maybe it would be a cheesecake or raspberry tarts or banana split or chocolate pudding or jam pudding or steamed golden syrup pudding. Hey, wait, something's happened. Something amazing. My mouth is no longer full of the horriblest, disgustingest, mouldiest, oldest, slimiest, greeniest, putrid stuff in the world. It's gone. I must have swallowed it. I've done it. I've really done it. I've eaten the Brussels sprout. I can't believe it. What an incredible achievement to have actually eaten something so disgusting. Finished, I say, opening my mouth up wide to prove it's all gone. Oh, gross, says Jen. About time, says Dad, collecting my plate and putting it in the sink with the others. Well done, Andy, says Mum. That wasn't so bad now, was it? I smile and nod, trying not to think about what I just did. After all the trouble it took to get it down, I don't want to risk it coming back up again. I think about dessert instead. I close my eyes. I want it to be a surprise. Perhaps tonight it'll be upside down cake. No, wait, I've got a feeling it might be sticky date pudding. That's my absolute favourite. No, banana fritters are my absolute favourite. Apart from apple crumble, of course. Mum makes a mean apple crumble. And then an even meaner black forest cake. Then again, maybe Mum will surprise everyone and do her famous cherry ripe slice or caramel slice. Or maybe even, if we're really lucky, maybe even homemade rainbow ice cream. You've never ever tasted ice cream as icy or creamy or rainbowy as Mum's homemade rainbow ice cream. But maybe I'm completely on the wrong track. Maybe it's chocolate fudge, or red jelly, or chocolate mousse, or marble cake, or Swiss roll, or... I hear Dad getting something out of the fridge and put it on the table. Yum, says Jen, my favourite. Says Dad, delicious. I just hope it was worth the wait, says Mum. I can't stand the suspense a moment longer. I open my eyes. I look down at the bowl in front of me. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't believe it. This can't be happening. It's custard. Cold, horrible, disgusting, mouldy, old, slimy, lumpy, yellow, putrid, spewy custard. I hate custard.